Hey everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. Good to see everybody. Happy to be here, and just ready to rock and roll. So let's rock and roll. Let's get right into it.
How's it going, Gary?
What's good, bro? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I watched your live stream on TikTok for the All In Challenge. That was amazing.
Thank you so much.
It was so great to see everybody come together. So cool.
What's cooking with you, my man?
Not much. Just continuing to, grind TikTok because that's where the attention is, but also trying to get people over to YouTube and Instagram. It's been going pretty well. So just trying to, spread across all the platforms.
I love that. What can I help you with?
Yeah, so I have a question for you. So how would a creator balance ambition while also not overjudging themselves?
I think it's just having a real conversation with yourself, just really just going there, like even the way you asked that question, obviously you've been listening enough of like either my themes or other themes, or you got there yourself. Like the reality is that, ambition and patience seem to be opposites, but when blended together really lead to a higher level of happiness. And so I couldn't push harder for people to figure out how to get there. I think a lot of times when, people think they might be complacent or not pushing hard enough when they just need a rest, and that's okay too. And so I actually, I find it easier now after, I think it came natural to me after years of practice. But I think the fact that that's even on your radar is already a winning formula.
Gotcha.
The fact that you're even debating that already puts you in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the process. So I love the hustle. I love working from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. I enjoy it. Just trying to figure out that balance mentally, not even so much in what I'm doing, but more just, up here in the head.
I get it.
But yeah, and then any advice for starting a business with a family member? Because I know you've done stuff with AJ and your dad.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, you just got to make sure that you value the person more than the money and the clout or respect. It's a really challenging game, family businesses. But the reality is if you could just love somebody more than you love the money or the clout or the credit, then you'll be in a good spot. For me, it was more credit. It was more like, hey, Dad, hey, AJ, I'm a better businessman than you. And that creates friction. For them, I think they value the dollars a little bit more. I don't judge that. I just think they do more than me. So that worked out a little bit in the fact that that's how that broke down with us. But I think you've got to figure out if the person that you're going into business with has the same ambitions as you do. Is it money? Is it the credit of who did it? I think communication is just everything in life and definitely in family businesses.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And then I've got some rapid fire questions.
Oh, yeah. Dustin, we're doing this?
Yeah, so this is our little new segment called Small Talk, played after TikTok, obviously. And Evan's going to ask you just like a rapid fire of questions that specifically for like, I guess, our TikTok audience.
Good. So everybody's watching right now. We're always trying to hack. And, this is a very meta moment. I talk a lot about put yourself in a position to create content. So Evan, the card guy here, is crushing on TikTok. So, we've been bringing friends that we've interacted with here, 90% kind of fans, 10% kind of people we know. And we layered on this concept because we're going to chop it and put it onto TikTok. So hopefully this will be entertaining. And more importantly, we'll see how we figure out how to use it in TikTok. So let's try it out.
Great, let's do it. Okay, first question. What, in your opinion, makes a good content creator? Like in just a few words.
Lack of fear.
Lack of fear. I like that. Great. Okay. Who is the creator that impresses you and why?
Zach King. Just because that shit is crazy. Like my brain doesn't work that way. It's just so creative. I like quick fired volume, his masterpieces. So that's who stands out for me.
That's great. And then last quick question. Biggest mistake a creator can make?
Making the decision on the piece of content for the audience before they put it out, AKA, a nice little graphic there. But that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Time's up. I got to play by the rules. So Evan, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you. I think they wanted me to ask you a couple prices on some cards, just because you're the master of sports cards. So
okay,
I have a few cards. I'm going to ask you to guess the price, and then we'll be good.
Guess the current price.
Yes, guess the price of the card. So here's a 2008 Serena Williams. Guess the price of that card.
$8.
$8.13. Wow.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Second one. Let's see. Cristiano Ronaldo, right here.
27.
11. All
right.
Hey, the first one was like spot on. I got two more.
I know, the first one was crazy.
That was crazy. That was right on the money. Okay. Michael Jordan, Bulls, right here.
All right, but that's not a good. That's a replica.
No, this isn't an original. This is a reprint, so this isn't like.
And like a shitty grading company. $60.
25.
All right.
Okay, one more. Let's see. We got some Jets for you. Sam Darnold, right here. 2018.
Is this are these your cards?
I bought these for this.
That's fucking amazing. $14.
Exactly $14. There you go.
Let's fucking go.
Hey,
I guess that's because of his number.
On the money. That was great.
I love it. The bookends. All right, brother.
Yep.
Talk to you.
All right, see ya.
Stay well. That was funny. All right, let's rock and roll.
What's up, Gary? How are you, my guy, man? Oh my God, I'm so happy to be on the show. Listen, I'm here because I totally respect and I've been utilizing your strategies from the 64 pieces of content, and I actually blew up my business, and I wanted to come on and say thank you so much. But I want to give you a little context of what I'm talking about. 2.5 years ago, I was looking at a wall in rehab, and I didn't know how I got there, 16 years, my marriage was failing, and to complicate things even more, my wife came down or was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. So my drinking escalated, as you can imagine, and I got 2 young kids. They were 10 years old at the time, and I knew I had to change. So I went to rehab, I got sobered up, and I came out, man. I was so humbled. My parents helped me get a 25-foot RV. I'm living in this RV, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with myself. I'm sober, but I'm just completely like, what am I going to do? I found this product that I absolutely love, and I started watching motivational videos on YouTube. And GaryVee, you're all over social media, absolutely. So, man, I bought your book, Crushing It, and I'm like, dude, this guy's got exactly what I need, right? So I'm utilizing the strategies. I'm loving everything, and then you come out with the 64 pieces of content. I start blasting out all my stuff all over TikTok, Instagram. You know the deal. And I absolutely crushed it. So my question to you, Gary, is my story, my struggle. When is it too much? I don't want to just keep saying my story over and over, but I know that I want to help people, right? So another thing is, I'm in this RV. I'm laying in the top bunk, and I come up with this thing of positivity. So the positivity gangster, I create this shirt, right? I want to help people. I want to help people with positivity. I listen to you every day, man. You're like a legend. You're a legend to many of us. I want to give back by selling this shirt, the Positivity Gangster t-shirt. I want to donate all the profits to help feed the hungry. What you did with the All-In Challenge, what you did with the TikTok Marathon, I watched it from bell to bell. You're making an impact. You're doing amazing things. And that's what I want to know. What can I do to add value to you, Gary?
Brother, you can bring value to me if you just make yourself happy. The end. Like, do good things. Make yourself happy. I'm good. I don't need anything from you. I need you to, you getting value from my free content and that bringing you happiness, which then allows you to bring somebody else happiness, is disproportionately the best gift you can give me. I don't need shit.
Well, utilizing your 64 pieces of content, you changed my life, Gary. You showed me what to do. I took action. I grew that business to over $1 million in a year. And it's just keep going and going and going. And I have so much gratitude for you, man.
Makes me happy, man.
I got your shoes, man.
Thank you, brother.
I love
Thank
you.
you. I love you back, man. Keep pushing.
You're the greatest. So
thank you, Jason. Go ahead.
it would mean the world to me if the V fam would come together and help me feed the hungry with the Positivity Gangster t-shirts. You can go to my website. I'm donating all the profits. And thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, brother. Take care of yourself. Stay well.
Bye.
Let's keep rocking and rolling. Hi.
I was told I was number 4, so I'm just relaxing on it.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Dying right now.
How are you? How are you?
Oh my God, your team is amazing.
Thank you. What's cooking?
I've only just been waiting 6 years for you, Gary. It's okay.
Thank you so much. Well, we're here. Let's do it.
You know, I know you always like to know how people find you, so I thought I would show you. This is how I found you 6 years ago. and just before I go into my question, I just need to tell you, 4 years ago, when I left my last agency job, I was at TWA and I started House of Social. I crossed the street from where I live here and I wrote you the longest email and I just cried so much because I just knew that if I was to put into practice everything that you teach and you pass on, that I was going to be okay. My mom is my hero, but you came right after and I just want you to know, you've been with me for these past 4 years. And trust me, I know that 4 years is like baby. It's like, I'm only just scratching this little surface that I'm on. I'm so excited for what's to come, but I just want you to know, you have been with me for the past 4 years. And if I had to wait 6 years to come on here now to talk to you, the universe knows what's happening.
I love it. Thank you so much, Alex.
Okay, so my question to you is, I know how amazing you are at having the capability of looking at a product and a service and find innovative ways of how to package it or sell it. So that's where I'm coming from with the angle of my question to you. So what do? I do a mix of consultancy and education. Those are the two things of House of Social. Consultancy, you buy consultancy packs from me. They're like hourly packs to make it real simple because here in Dubai, things are not as, mature as maybe Europe or the US. So I got my consultancy, okay? And then I've got my education. So since 4 years, I will do master classes, short courses, boot camps. What else do I do? Yeah, master classes, boot camps, short courses. I do a lot of free stuff. So my last masterclass in January, now my masterclasses are free. So it will be like 200 plus people that will come. I do quarterly free meetups. And of course, there's like a ton of free content out there. So, if, giving for me, it's the thing that comes more natural. So I knew that I had to give. Also because here in this region, it's still kind of a new concept. So now to even give you more of a timely context, since we got into quarantine, which for us here in Dubai was since March 8th, 5th, so I think it was earlier than you guys, I knew right away that I had to go into the lives, that I had to do live content. So I've been doing this show called Mini Class with Alex, and I started back from March 5th, so I think we're going into our 50th episode real soon, 3 times a week. Now I've scaled it to twice a week because here things are almost at 90% normal, okay? So I'm still continuing. But Gary, I don't know what happened. Something, and it took me a while to understand what was happening. My mom clocked it much earlier than me. Something crazy, magical, special happened with these live sessions. I was just coming in, showing up. I dance, I'm loud, I'm just
yourself.
This
everybody's at their best when they're themselves.
Yeah, but because I was just myself, I didn't really understand what was happening because there was
Makes sense. You were in the zone.
I was just in myself, and I was just being me that I have been for the past 4 years. When you maybe come to my masterclasses and my boot camps. But I don't know, maybe I was just a little bit more extra because now I'm stuck at home and now we've got all this time and I just want to be with my people. Like I just want to be with my community because now I cannot run my events. Like I can't be with them. And something really beautiful and magical happened in this kind of like month and a half where the DMs and the emails and the feedback was like, this is like your energy and the things and at the same time I'm teaching like Facebook ads or email marketing or how to do storytelling and like all these like topics. And so something really magical happened there. And I was never asking for a sell. I was never going in, hey, you know, do my, like nothing. I was doing that through Facebook ads and my email marketing. So, and the magical thing that happened was, so my mom is my financial manager. She was the one that said to me, what takes you 2 months to do in revenue, you've done it in a month. So that was like mind blowing to me, where I wasn't even asking for anything in those lives. And I would
bringing value. It's jab, 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 right? Literally the way this started. Pull up the book.
Yeah.
It was that, Jab. It was that, Alex. That book is a micro of giving and then asking. That's the micro. That was a book I wrote 6 years ago on how to do that in content. But what you're radiating right now is you were living that in the macro. It's how I live my macro. Like, I am so focused on this community that's watching this right now, period. Right? The end.
And I thought that the most mind-blowing thing for me was like, wow, I thought I was giving before, because I would do a masterclass that I used to charge. And then as soon as I got a good deal with the venue, I stopped charging, and I was doing a masterclass that 200 people would come and it was free. So I thought I was giving value, and I was like, you
were giving with expectation of a conversion.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
You were subconsciously, you were half giving. It was giving with the expectation of a conversion, or the deep short-term hope of a conversion, versus giving in perpetuity and knowing good things will happen.
Yes.
And that's what happened in part 2.
Right. So to get to the actual question, which is, it's 2 questions and then 1 ask. I launched an online academy last year because I knew I had to take my stuff online. It's online courses that are as interactive as I can, and then there's bi-weekly mentorship sessions. Here in this part of the world, online learning is still not as mature as maybe Europe or the US. So I knew I was going to have a difficult time with the conversion. My 2 questions to you are, when I see the huge volume of people that are coming and getting it for free, and when I look at the price, and by the way, my question is not necessarily on, hey, Gary, I want more people to buy. It's more about, I think I am missing something on how I am packaging my online academy business. Because what I've learned is what people want the most is access to me on a one-on-one. Because
it's always access. It's always access.
Yeah, it's always access. And even when you do group mentorship sessions, it's kind of okay. But then it's when you get one-on-one that you really get real deep with a person. So
because people are getting value for their money. Information, just information, you're competing against unlimited stuff that's free on the internet and YouTube.
I know.
Well, that's life. That's the market.
Yeah. So my question to you is, when I look at how I've set up my academy, which is, there's 3 tiers of membership, like you can do 3 months, 6, or 12. You get access to my online content and you get bi-weekly mentorships. When people say, we really, really, really want is the access to you.
Raise the price on the access to you.
Is there something that I need to do on how to
raise the cost of access to you?
But if there's not much of a higher volume in converting, okay, I get you. So they'll get more one-on-ones with me, so I have to put in their one-on-ones with Alex more.
And charge more.
And still they don't have access to the online academy, like
look, everybody can do it how they want to do it. My favorite thing is put out all the content for free, and then the access to you becomes $10,000 an hour eventually. Other people want to do conversion where they film once and they charge $99 a month. Like, everyone gets to do it the way they want to do it. My favorite point of view is kind of, content is so commoditized on the internet. There's so much, all my content is free. I'm competing with you.
And let me tell you, I sometimes give away my courses. This is what's crazy. I would give away some courses.
But the biggest part of that sentence was sometimes.
Yeah. So just give it all away. Just give it all away.
They're funnels. You give it away with the hope that it gets them hooked and then they pay you, versus just building so much value that then a small group sees the value in doing one-on-one with you, and you charge a premium for that. They're getting value, and everybody else is, you're building a bigger opportunity grasp. But that's how I like it. And I don't get to be right. I just get to be me.
Gotcha. So they'll pay. Okay, I totally get you. I see. Now, my mom would kill me if I don't ask this question. Everybody wants Alex's energy. How do I sell my energy? Because my mom was like, Alex is in a bottle and sell it.
by doing one-on-one consulting at a higher price.
Okay.
Got it?
But if people are not if there's not a lot of volume of people converting for an online academy where the prices I feel so low, I'm guessing
it's because the product's not valuable, because they can get the information for free.
Exactly. And because they're not really then getting what they really want, which is got it. I get you. Okay. Last question.
No, we listen.
It's not even a question. It's not a question.
Go ahead.
I'm going in for a right hook. You got to let me do a right hook.
Well, I know you're going to. You're built on doing short-term conversions.
Am I really?
Yes. You just that's what we just spent the whole time talking about.
Okay. Would you consider being a guest on my mini class with Alex IG live show? Would you consider it?
Not until you show me that you've become a marathon runner versus a sprinter for over a year.
And what do I need to do in practicality? What do I need to do to show you that?
Put out content for free and stop selling low cost things, and then start selling $2,000 an hour or $5,000. Make up the math in access to you and do that for a year and show me, and then I'll consider it.
So I have to raise my prices higher for my one-on-ones and everything else free. I got that. I can do that.
Love you, Alex. Take care.
I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, let's keep this going. Sure, that one brought some value to people. Hey, Sharon.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I mean, I'm good. I hope you're good too.
I am. Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from India. I'm from Delhi in India.
So great.
So first of all, thank you for all the motivation and all the content that you have out there, and thank you to Zen and to Dustin for helping me out on the backside. Thank you so much. So my question mainly was, what is your advice for a college student who wants to get a better at time management and upgrade their skill sets, be it like a workshop or an online course? Because for me,
how do you learn?
Right now I'm in college, so that is how.
How do you learn? How do you learn well? Reading, listening, being class. Like, how do you learn well?
A mixture of both, generally.
I mean, that's, the answer is two things. One, you have to figure out how you learn. Two, you need to figure out, that experience is much more interesting than being a student.
True.
So if you want to get, A, why, and then C, we need to audit the judgment. And what I mean by that is, why do you think you're not good at time management? Or why do you want to get better at it? Why are you judging yourself on that?
I mean, because at the end of the day, maybe, I'll just spend half of the day relaxing, not doing much stuff, scrolling through Instagram or YouTube. Well, and then even if it's a small activity, it then persists for maybe a day or a week rather than what I can finish in a few hours.
Well, have you considered the fact that you may not want to be doing those things?
A little bit, but to get through college, you have to complete certain things.
I understand, but I don't think you're going to get better at it. I don't think you like it.
Yeah.
Everybody procrastinates shit they don't like, and everybody does things that they love.
True.
I've got a million things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm procrastinating them because I don't like them, but I'm up to 2 o'clock in the morning last night looking up sports cards on eBay because I like it.
But then, I mean, how would you find something that, energizes you? Because right now I'm just 19, so I know I have a long way ahead, but
which is amazing. For me, I tend to like to ask people to really slow everything down and try to figure out really audit the last 19 years of your life and try to figure out what you like.
Yeah. And I had another question for you. Like, I have this interest in digital media.
Okay, go ahead.
I have this interest in digital media, and that's why I'm doing a media course right now in college. So I want to know, how can you find a skill or a job that you can enhance throughout your college life, so that when you are out there in the job field, you are able to learn more rather than going from the bottom of the pyramid, learning that skill from the bottom.
Skills are a commodity and actually not so valuable. I think what you should focus on is interacting with people.
All right.
I think if you're spending time in college, what I would challenge yourself to do is to meet as many people as possible and really get much better on your people skills and empathy and compassion and listening and friendships, because the skills college is not going to teach you the skills of real life.
Yeah, true.
I know it's true. Like, listen, many have to go through college and get a degree to go into the field that they like, but you don't learn about, no matter how much somebody trains for war, once the war starts, it's different. No matter how many videos you watch on YouTube about playing basketball, when you get on the court and somebody elbows you in the chest, you're now playing basketball. You understand, like, school is not built for what you're asking for. What you could do, though, on the flip side, is use this time to really start to learn people, because, teaching can be done in a lot of different ways, and consuming information and gathering information is great. But the reality is you can do that outside of the school system, outside of university. Life is so much about actually doing. Of course, you can learn certain skills. Doctors, lawyers, the law, like, you have to memorize those things. You have to learn those things. But doing, if you're talking about business and
practice
digital marketing,
makes it better.
Yeah, I mean, reading about running Instagram ads is different than running them, right? Reading, thinking about how to make a podcast versus actually making a podcast. Like, I just
getting into that activity and learning more through the process.
I get worried that people think, like, I hate college or this and that. I hate debt. I hate that people think it's a ticket to a skill or happiness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things about college. People mature. It's a time, it's an age group, 18 to 22, 17 to 23. You're a very different person. But this thought that you're going to take a course on project management or on, advertising. I mean, this, what they're teaching in college for advertising is antiquated.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Gary.
You're
Have
welcome,
a nice day.
Take care.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, Kelly. Who's this little one?
Yeah, he's Lucas. He's the reason I've been watching you.
I love it. Hi, Lucas.
And he's teething. I apologize now.
We're all teething.
Can I just give you a little backstory?
We're all teething in one way or another. Yes, you can. Go ahead, Kelly.
Well, we're based in southern Spain in a place called Marbella. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I grew up in the wine business, so.
Yeah, well, I was wondering whether you'd had any connections with wine. But yeah, and my mum has a property management business. She's been in the property management business for 10 years, but she's only had her business for the last 3, so it's quite new. And it's kind of like a 2-pronged business. So she looks after properties of people that own them but don't live here. And then those people also like for her to rent them out for holiday season. And I've been helping her since I've been on maternity, because there's one thing that you said about being online in 2020, that if you're a business that's not online, then you're basically dead in the water. And I just thought, I've got to help my mum. I've really got to, push her on that side, because that's not her strength. And to be honest, it's not massively mine either, but I can learn and I can help her, especially now I've got, a bit of time. I've actually got 2 children under 2. But so my question is, we want to expand the company. We have about 24 properties at the moment. We want to get more properties, but how can we do that when everyone is after the same thing, and we don't really know where they are? You know, there's hundreds here, but we don't know who they are and where, you know, who they belong to.
When you say there's 100 here, sorry, little guy, like Lucas, when you say when they're after the same thing, I just want to make sure I fully understood you.
I mean, when every other property management company is after the same client, they all want, you know.
You got to be better.
Yeah, but how? How do we promote ourselves? Because the way I was thinking is Facebook ads, but
that is one.
We need to employ people to do that for us, because I've had a go before lockdown, and it amounted to nothing. But I mean, I know I haven't put any effort into it, really.
Well, good news. Anything you don't put any effort into always amounts to nothing.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, it's a lot to learn, isn't it?
It is. That's why it's good, and that's why it works. You know what else takes a lot of effort? Push-ups. And if you do it every day, you'll get muscles.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I was thinking with the Facebook ads is because it's not particularly my forte either, maybe it's better to pay somebody else to do that for us.
The only problem is if you don't know how to judge it, then you might waste money that way too. And I kind of like the idea of you learning. You're so young, you learning that skill is something that
I'm not that young.
Kelly, you're that young.
I'm a little bit younger than you. I'm 40.
Kelly, you're young as shit. I mean, you're not fucking Lucas young, but 40, like you're gonna minimally live another 40 years. Like you're young, and learning this skill right now is very important. All right, Lucas. Luke, listen.
Okay.
Lucas, listen to me. You're gonna clip this video one day, and you're gonna use it on your social media. Lucas, this is a big piece of content for you, brother. Yeah, Lucas. That's called likes, baby. All right. So, you know, I think you should learn it. I like the way you asked the question. I like your energy around it. I think you should learn it, because putting in those 15 to 20 hours is something that's going to pay dividends for you forever.
Yeah. Do you think that's the only way we should go? Because other people have said, you know, you should do flyers, but I'm thinking that is too old school and a waste of paper, because we don't even know where the properties are and the people don't even live there.
Facebook will beat paper.
And do you think that's the only way? Is that the only way we can go with it?
No such thing as the only way. It's an extremely good way to go right now. Spain's prices on ads is super low. And I think you should absolutely, it's an incredible good use of your time. You learning it, even if it fails for your business because you didn't figure out the creatives, it's still going to be the best thing you do. You're not going to learn shit printing a flyer and putting it in people's mailboxes, but you'll learn an obnoxious amount if you put 20 hours into learning how to run Facebook ads. You literally go to Google and you go, how do I run Facebook ads?
Yeah, I mean, I have started it and I did run a few. But yeah, I definitely need to learn.
And remember, Kelly, it's the ad. It's the picture of the video that's going, you can put a picture out that does nothing to do a picture or video that gets you 10 leads. So it's not the skill of knowing how to do it. That's the commodity. Anybody can learn how to ride a bike or dribble a basketball. It's about being a BMX superstar. It's about being Isaiah Thomas. You get it? You have to be good at it. So it takes reps.
Because we've also started Instagram as well. Again, that was something that we didn't have. Do you think
Facebook ads?
Okay. Only right. Facebook. Do you think that's the only thing we should be on Facebook? And
I think it's the first. I think for property conversion, Facebook just is crushes. But Instagram, building up your personalities also can work.
Okay, well, we'll do both.
Good luck.
Thank you so
much. Bye, Lucas.
Will you follow us on Instagram, Gary?
We can. What's the account?
Oh, it's Holiday Rentals. There it is.
Got it. Justin, make sure I do it afterwards. Justin, also, I have an emergency, so I'm going to have to wrap up in 9 minutes. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hi, Chelsea. How are you?
Good. It's T with GaryVee. Oh, my God. I listen to you every single morning. I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi. It's a little town about an hour outside New Orleans. Yeah.
It's a pleasure. What's cooking?
I'm just going to give you a quick backstory. I know you have to hurry up. I am from Mississippi, and you always joke about moving back to Mississippi, which I did during the quarantine. I moved out to Los Angeles about over 2 years ago. When I lived in Mississippi, I was working for a corporate company, and I loved working there. I was in the marketing department, but I just wanted something more. I wanted to work for myself. So I went the entrepreneur route and joined my oldest brother. I have 4 brothers out in Los Angeles to open a company. So kind of dropped everything and moved out there on a limb, and loved living there. But it was hard working with family, very hard, which I didn't think it would be that hard. So he and I are very different workers. He's very money motivated, which is great, but I'm more family oriented, which he is too. But I feel like my family and people who are close to me, their relationships are way more important than any amount of money. And I think that working with him really showed how much we were like different in that way. So now I moved back to Mississippi.
Do you feel that he was unfair to you and chose money over your relationship as a brother and sister?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you think, and I mean this in a good way, do you think it's possible that he was treating you professionally and that you were looking for some level of nepotism or like a little bit more compassion, even though you two were putting on the jerseys of doing business? Or do you think he was like, do you not like his morals and the way he thought about things?
I would say it was more morals.
Okay.
Which
we don't
think,
honestly,
you know,
we don't even need to go deeper than that. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that you weren't caught in youthful entitlement, because then that's your vulnerability. And I just wanted to double click on that. You've given me what I needed. Let's keep moving back. You're back in Mississippi.
Okay.
And boom.
Yes. I'm 28 years old. So I've tried a few different things. I'm still working for him full time. I moved here because I'm actually moving to Boston in August. So my boyfriend lives in Boston. I've actually never been to Boston, but I'm moving there. And I'm in this situation now where I'm trying to decide, do I stay on this route of working for my brother? I'm still working for him, or going back into the corporate world. So I'm almost at an opposite. I love working for myself.
What about the obvious third one, which you just answered? You don't like corporate. You don't like working for your brother. Why don't you try to figure something out that isn't going back to something you already know you don't like?
Yes, and that's what I'm trying to do. Figure out my passion and try different things.
What about doing a lot of homework, 5 hours a day, on your favorite 25 to 50 small businesses and entrepreneurs in the Boston area, and reaching out to them, and maybe working for someone that you admire, build yourself up, save some money, and go from there?
Yeah, and that's where I hit a few roadblocks is the money situation, of course, just like everybody else. Working for myself, I had no benefits. I didn't have any type of savings to fall back on. So I had a few things come up when I was in LA, and
Can your boyfriend, I'm sorry to interrupt, but can your boyfriend hold it down for a little bit? Does it give you some breathing room?
Well, see, I don't like to, I don't want to say handouts, but I don't like to rely on anybody else.
By the way, I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, he's offered. I mean, he's great. He's offered. He said, "Hey, I'll pay half your rent," because I'm actually not going to live with him. I've decided I want to live on my own. So I'm moving to a place I've never been, and I'm going to live on my own. We're not going to live together. I just want to make sure that I like Boston for me. I want to make sure that I get settled and find my own kind of
Chelsea,
path and way.
I'm impressed.
You?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I moved to LA, and I feel like that was hard.
Look at this. Yeah, look at the standard. Yeah, 2 feet, independent. Had a good situation. Sounds like financially, like with your brother, but didn't believe in it. Like, you've got a lot of things going for you. Like, don't want to move in with him because you want to make sure like you like it for you. Like, you got a lot of good shit going on.
Thank you.
So let me tweak it a little bit. Like, don't go back to corporate. You know you don't like that. I think you go into, now, first of all, you might like corporate. You might have just not liked that one company. So that's another thing to
that's
debate.
what I feel like I need to try a few different things. I mean, I have a recruiter who's helping right now, and he probably thinks I'm crazy because I'm like, I'll try pharmaceutical sales, I'll try real estate, and he's like, you're all over the place. I'm like, I just want to find something that I love and I want to do. I don't want to, because I work remote. When I pick up my computer, I'm almost miserable. It's like every single day, I don't even want to look at my computer. You know, I want to do something that I'm excited about, and I love marketing because I love talking to people face to face. Like that gives me energy. But the last 2 years I've been behind a computer doing project management, and I'm like, I can't look at a computer anymore.
You need people. Retail might be good. Like, listen, do me one couple favors. One, 28's a tricky year. People start getting impatient around this time. So don't get confused. You're super young. You have like 5 more at bats to find it. Number 2, definitely put yourself in a position to be around people.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean that's what I do struggle with, especially being in the South. I mean, I feel like I'm behind in a lot of ways. When I come back here, everybody's like, you know, I mean, which is great. They have their house.
You mean everyone's married?
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't even want that anytime soon.
You're not. You just took the words out of my mouth. You're not about that life.
No, not at all. I mean, which I think is great. Don't get me wrong. I think to each his own, whatever makes you happy. But I want to find, and that's another thing about going back into corporate is I know there's like a lot of security in it.
Hey, Chelsea.
Yes.
Hey, Chelsea. There's a Michelle Gina who in the comments I was reading. She said, Chelsea, hit me up there. Thank you so much, Dustin. There you go, Chelsea.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Michelle. For sure.
She's on Facebook. Michelle, is that your, you have a Facebook comment. You're at Michelle Master. I'm going to assume that's Twitter and Instagram. I'm sure you'll find her, Chelsea. But like, there you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Get yourself around people.
Yes.
And don't do the normal 28-year-old thing and get worried.
Okay. Yeah. And I think that's what I'm doing. And I mean, I listen to you every single day. I got hooked to you when I heard you on a podcast or something. And you said entrepreneurship is lonely as fuck. And I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Because it is. I mean, I moved out to LA thinking that, I would have this whole different life. And I got there and it was just so lonely for the first 6 months. But I'm so thankful for going through that, because now I'm like, I can move anywhere.
I can talk
to a brick. 100%. I can talk to a brick wall.
You have to talk to a brick wall. Just do me one favor. Just don't get a job with the Patriots, because then we're finished.
Okay, I'll tell my boyfriend that. I think he's a Patriots fan. I'm a Saints fan.
Probably.
So. All right, thank you so much, Gary. I really appreciate your time. Bye.
Sorry to cut it short, everybody. I've got something I need to address, and so I have to bounce. But I wish everybody a great, great day. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait.